This is the start of Season 3, and the landscape has changed. We are officially in the 5th division, and we have won our first club trophy in the last season. But we've lost our leader. Luka Modric has retired, leaving a massive hole in our midfield. Darren Nauer has just been promoted, and with an 82 potential, can he become Modric's successor? To fund the next era of CY8 FC, I had to make a ruthless decision. I accepted a $105,000 offer for Fabian Jones, but the real shocker was Diego Aguado. He's our wonder kid center back, but Girona came in with a massive $7.8 million offer. With Craig Forsyth becoming older and probably entering his final season, I realized that selling Aguado would allow us to completely rebuild the defensive line. For Season 3, my priority was simple: find a world-class right-winger and fix the defense. Bailey Smith from Season 1 is not good enough for us to win the Premier League. That's when Ronaldo stepped in. He didn't give me a scout report, he handed me his phone. There was only one contact on the screen.
Leo.
Ronaldo's words were simple. I'm tired of the debate. I want the world to see what happens when we play together. Bring him home. The most impossible transfer in a football history just happened. At 40 years old, Lionel Messi has signed for CY8 FC in the English 5th division. Here we go. He might not be the fastest anymore with his rating dropping to a 78, but his vision is still perfect. The two GOATs are finally on the same side. One day I heard rumors. Real Madrid were planning to loan out a young defender, maybe even sell. I didn't wait. Before any big club could react, I made my move. Here we go. A center-back wonder kid from Real Madrid, Ismael Dominguez. He's only 17 years old, already a 74 overall, and he can play both center-back and left-back. Real Madrid might have overlooked him, but that mistake just became my biggest win. Then I got a call from Messi. He knew our defense was still a work in progress, and he suggested an Argentinian kid he's been watching. Last season, Ronaldo's wonder kid duo saved us. This season, I'm trusting the other GOAT. Here we go. Welcome to the club, Fran Rojas, an 18-year-old center-back favored by Messi himself. At the same time, Duncan Bird is back on a plane to Portugal to seek out more miracles. Another 4 weeks to wait for his report. But with Messi and Ronaldo leading this squad, I'm not just looking for a good season. I'm looking for total dominance. The target is EFL League 2. The GOATs are united. Let's make history. Season 3 started with the familiar rhythm of the pre-season. 1 win and 1 loss. Then, the transfer window went nuclear. Watford came in with a staggering $18.2 million offer for Zerrato. His potential is clearly no secret anymore, but I didn't even hesitate. I reject them. We are building a legacy, not a bank account. After a draw in our 5th division opener, Duncan Bird delivered yet again. I don't know what this man is eating in Portugal, but he found another 99 potential miracle, Marcelino Mira. A 16-year-old defensive midfielder, the 69 overall. He is the anchor we've been waiting for. Here we go. After 18 games, the stats were clinical. 11 wins, 5 draws, and only 2 losses. Those 2 defeats only happened because we were hit by a double whammy. A Zerrato injury and a viral outbreak that sidelined half the squad. Girona came in with another aggressive offer for Ismael Dominguez, but I stood firm. He is not for sale. He's one of our brightest talents, and he's not going anywhere. By mid-season, we were sitting pretty at the top of the table. The 5th division is a different beast. The hat tricks don't come as easy as they did last year, but Zerrato is still a nightmare for defenders. Meanwhile, Lionel Messi is defying age with a season full of goals and assists. Spencer Kinder is finally evolving into the ultimate playmaker, racking up 12 assists. But as we dominated, the league grew desperate. Every opposing coach had the same tactical plan: stop Messi at all costs. They weren't playing football anymore. They were playing a game of hunt the GOAT. After weeks of constant shirt pulling, ankle clipping, and triple teaming, the frustration finally boiled over. After one too many dirty challenges, Leo finally snapped. He saw a straight red card, not because he lost his skill, but because he lost his patience with their anti-football tactics. The critics started chirping again, claiming we were finished without him. But while the GOAT was serving his ban, the team stepped up and destroyed Harrogate 4-0. We showed the world that while Messi is our heart, CY8 FC has a soul that can't be broken. Our biggest test came against our rivals, at Crington. In a tense match, Futcher hit on the post, and who else but Zerato was there to finish the rebound. The rest of the season is pure dominance. Zerato, poker, Futcher, hat-trick, biggest win of the season. Zerato, another magnificent 5. One final hat-trick from Zerato. We officially conquered the 5th division. We've won the 2nd trophy in the club's history. The boss is absolutely ecstatic. But the biggest news isn't the trophy. It's Leo. At 40 years old, Messi played the entire season with 0 injuries and incredible consistency. And the legend isn't done yet. He has officially confirmed he is not retiring. He stays for another season. Our final match against Gateshead was an emotional one. I gave Craig Forsyth the captain's armband and a place in the starting 11 for what was likely the final game of his career. Even Messi showed the ultimate respect to the veteran leader. We finished with a 3-1 win, a fitting end to a legendary servant's time on the pitch. We finished the season with 105 points and total domination. Zerato, the top goal scorer of the league. Kinder is also on the playmaker leaderboard. The new Portugal miracle, Mira, also performed well. As well as Sam Ellis, our academy graduate goalkeeper. He's the reason our losses didn't turn into 10. As we head into EFL League 2, the fire is only getting hotter. Zerato has even been seen practicing his goal celebrations in front of the mirror. He knows he's destined for the golden boot in the future. While we were conquering the 5th division, the giants of the world were battling for glory. Liverpool proved their dominance by lifting the Carabao Cup and the Champions League trophy. But their dreams of a quadruple were halted by Manchester City, who won both the Premier League and the FA Cup. It was a clash of titans in the FA Cup final, with City edging out Liverpool 1-0 to secure the double. With that incredible performance, Erling Haaland officially stands at the top of the mountain, winning his first ever Ballon d'Or. But as new stars rise, the legends are saying goodbye. This season marks the end of an era as some of the greatest to ever play the game have officially retired. Benzi, the 2022 Ballon d'Or winner, the man who once scored 5 goals in 9 minutes, and the king of assist. The pitch is going to feel a lot emptier without them. However, the saddest news came from the international stage. Our boss, Cristiano Ronaldo, watched his beloved Portugal reach 2 major finals, the Nations League and the Euro Cup, only to face double heartbreak. They were defeated 3-2 by Spain in the Nations League, fueled by the magic of Lamine Yamal. Then, the Euro Cup final saw them fall 1-0 to a terrifying French super-attacking squad. France was simply unstoppable. I know the boss is hurting after those losses, but I told him to look closely at what we're building right here at CY8 FC. We don't just have players, we have the future of Portugal. With Zerato, our clinical scoring machine, and Marcelino Mira, the anchor of our squad, both having the elite 99 potential. The message is clear. The boss might have lost today, But with these two leading the next generation, Portugal will be back on top. See you in Season 4.